Alright guys, so today I'm going to finally bring you the review on the Js550 ride plate. So this thing is it's really expensive, but it really works. So you can see it has a little bit of rash on it. I did use it quite a bit. But anyways, this thing is $200 on eBay. I believe it's still like $200 and then plus probably $15 or something to ship it, so it ends up being like a little over $200, which is a pretty steep price tag for a ride plate. But this thing is extremely long. It hangs out really far. If you go back, you can check it out on the ski in one of my previous videos when I first installed it. And I don't know, I just bought it because I just thought it looked so crazy, and I'd never seen anyone running one of these before, so I figured I would give it a try. And just what the heck. So the one really big downside to this thing that I'll just start off on, if you watch the other video, this thing hangs out like probably that far, maybe a little bit less, maybe like there at least. So when this thing's hanging out that far, you do have something to catch your leg on, or a foot, or you know, anything can run into this plate and get probably pretty messed up. So that's one downside of this thing, which is kind of more or less the only downside, I think, because this is an amazing plate. It grips really hard in turns if you're going to like dig in a turn and really stand back in the tray. So it grabs really hard with this pretty aggressive cut, and plus the middle. Like, this thing is just made for carving, so it carves hard. And then it also will do, like, if you stand forward in the tray and take some of the weight off of the rear of the ski, you can also easily still pull like 180 tail stands, and you can still jump, and it does keep you quite a bit more like from going vertical in the water, like landing like that when you come off a wake, and it keeps you a little bit more flat so you can land better off of even like big yacht wakes that we go jump at one of the spots that we ride at. So those are a lot of the pluses of this thing. I do recommend that if you have the extra funds and you just kind of want a cool upgrade that not a lot of people are going to have, and it really, like, a lot of people ask about this plate when I post pictures of my jet ski, or if we're out in the lake, people ask about this thing all the time because it's just so wild. It also kicks up a pretty good rooster tail too when you're riding. So yeah, it gets a lot of people's attention. It seems to work great. I love this plate. I honestly don't plan on ever taking it off of my red ski. I'm probably going to keep it on there forever as long as I don't lose it, which I almost did at the end of the season, because like 2 of the 4, I think these 2 fronts came off or completely fell out, and these 2, I guess, rears, or however you want to say it, I guess, those 2 were still in there holding the thing in, but even those were like loose. So definitely, if you buy this plate, I always Loctite my stuff, but somehow it still came undone and the screws fell out, and I almost lost this plate, which would have been really sucky. It would suck if I just lost a run-of-the-mill like West Coast or something, let alone this $200 plate. So a good thing that didn't happen. So if you do end up investing in this, or even with anything, just kind of check those screws often, make sure they're not getting loose, and then if they are, obviously tighten them, but be careful not to over tighten them, or else you'll be replacing hull inserts. But yeah, this thing is going to be the handling machine though, even more than it already is. I've got that extended tank that goes in here, keeps all that weight in the front, the sponsons. Then we've got the Pro Watercraft nozzle, which I have not installed yet, but that's coming. And then also we've got the Pro Watercraft hull end caps that you'll take those off and they'll go back here, plus the Jet Dynamics ride plate, which I had before. And then you can't see it, I'm not going to pull the ski back off the tires to show it right now, but I can maybe take a video of it later. But I just literally today threw on a PJS top loader intake grate, so that thing should really help this thing hook up even more. And then it's got the Pro Watercraft pump stuffer, and then to finish it off with all the handling mods and stuff, I'm going to get the Wax Racing billet sponsons for this thing, for the back, and then this thing is just going to be an absolute grip monster. Even though it already was a great handling machine last year, we're going to throw a whole bunch of new stuff at it this season, and we're going to see how the combo works out. But that's pretty much the situation on this ride plate, though. It's a great plate. If you have the extra money and you want to do an upgrade, definitely recommend this. But like, let's say for just kind of someone who isn't really that worried about it, or they're not like kind of an enthusiast in the sport, I don't think that it's necessarily worth $200, but I do feel a difference over any of the plates that I've had in the past. So I would say that it is an upgrade from just a normal plate. But if you don't have the extra money, it'd definitely be well more, or your money would be well spent elsewhere on the ski, like with maybe an exhaust, or that's kind of probably the cheapest thing that you can do, like for the price is the exhaust, or you know, primer, bilge, all like the essentials. But if you're kind of happy with where your ski is and you have some extra cash and you want to throw an upgrade at it, this is definitely a pretty cool piece that just kind of also adds character to the ski. But I do recommend it, but probably not $200 good. But I guess that's up to anyone else who tries it. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you in the next one.